Students, in our previous class, we have studied about the light's reflection and the type of reflection, also about the law of reflection. These are all concepts we have done. So in our today class, we have to study about the mirrors, especially about the spherical mirrors. Okay. So what is your spherical mirror? So it is such kind of mirror whose reflecting surface is spherical. Means if the reflecting surface of any kind of mirror is spherical in shape, suppose this mirror whose reflecting surface is spherical in shape, this is called a spherical mirror. Next, there are two kinds of spherical mirror. One is called concave, another is called convex. Okay, so while understanding concave mirror, first we see its figure. This is the figure of concave mirror. Here we see that from A to B, this is the reflecting surface. That means the light will reflect from A to B. Light will come in this manner and it will reflect from the surface of the mirror. This is called reflecting surface. So while understanding concept of the concave mirror, how can we define it? So it is a kind of mirror whose reflecting surface is curve inward. Whose reflecting surface is curve inward. We can see the example of the spoon, the front part of the spoon from which we just take anything to just take inside the mouth. The front part of the spoon is called the concave mirror. It behaves as a concave mirror, and the back part of the spoon is just behave as a convex mirror. So what is concave mirror? It is a mirror whose reflecting surface is curve inward. Reflecting surface is curve inward. Understood? This is your concave mirror. And one more important thing is that concave mirror always forms real as well as virtual image. Virtual means imaginary image. The image that is formed behind the screen is called the virtual image, and the image that we cannot obtain on the screen, this is called the virtual image. The image that we can obtain on the screen, example, the image that we take by the camera of the mobile, this is the real image. Okay. And the image that is formed when you stand in front of the mirror, okay, that means until you stand in front of mirror, then your image will form in the mirror. When you just go back, then mirror will also disappear. So the image that cannot be obtained on the screen, this is called your virtual image, and the image that can be obtained on the screen, this is called your real image. So concave mirror forms real as well as the virtual image. In which condition it forms real and in which condition it forms virtual, this will be talking later. Okay. Second thing is that the concave mirror also used as a magnifying glass. It has a property to just magnify the object. Magnify means what? To increase the size of the object. So these three are the property of the concave mirror. Next we talk about convex mirror. What is convex mirror? So convex mirror is that kind of mirror whose reflecting surface is curve outward, bulge outward. This is your convex mirror. So whose reflecting surface is curve outward. Okay, and it always forms only the virtual image, means always imaginary image it forms. Okay, and it is used as a side mirror in the vehicle. It is used as a side mirror in the every reason we will study in our next class, but these are the difference between the concave mirrors and the convex mirrors. Okay, so just keep in the mind. Next, we have to understand some terms related with the mirrors. Some terms related with the mirrors. So first we talk about the pole. Then focus, then the focal length, then the radius of curvature, then the principal axis, then the center of curvature, and after that we have to study about the aperture of the mirror. Okay, aperture of the mirror. Okay, so one by one we will study about it. So here we see that here we consider one concave mirror. This is your concave mirror. Okay, this is the polished surface. This is A and this is B. So from A to B, these are the reflecting part of the mirror. Okay, these are the reflecting part of the mirror from which the reflection takes place. From A to B, the reflecting part of the mirror from which the reflection takes place. Okay, so the diameter of the, while defining the aperture, what aperture, the diameter of the reflecting part of the mirror is called the aperture of the mirror. The diameter of the reflecting part of the mirror, that means this AB is the what? Diameter of the spherical mirror, or we can say that this AB is the diameter of the reflecting part of the mirror, is called the aperture of the mirror. Next we talk about the pole of the mirror. What is the pole? So this is the, here I define the pole, and this is all the definitions are also given in your NCERT book. The center of reflecting surface of a spherical mirror is called the pole of the mirror. Means what? This from A to B, these are the what? Reflecting surface, and the what? The central point of the reflecting surface of the mirror is called the pole of the mirror. So here we see that pole which is present in the center of the reflecting surface from A to B. These are the reflecting surface, and this P is the what? Central part of the AB. So this P is the pole of the mirror. Okay, next we talk about what? Principal axis. This, here we see that this line is the principal axis. So we can say that while defining the principal axis, once again I say that all these definitions are given in the NCERT, so you can note the definition from the NCERT in your fair copy, but I can make you understand what is a principal axis. So this is the imaginary line, okay, that passes through the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. Understood? It is the imaginary line that passes through the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. Okay, next we talk about what is center of curvature. So as we know that either you take the example of concave or you take the example of the convex. This concave and convex both are the part of the spherical mirror. That means suppose this is the spherical mirror, and if you divide the spherical mirror along its diameter, then we get two kinds of mirror. One is the concave, another is the convex. This is concave and this is your convex. So concave or convex both are the part of the spherical mirror. So center of curvature is the center of the what? Spherical mirror. Understood? Center of curvature is the center of the spherical mirror. Clear? Next we talk about focal length. Here I write focal length, and the focal length is always defined by a small f. Okay, what is focal length? So as we know that all the distance we measure from the pole of the mirror. Okay, so the distance between focus and the pole of the mirror, this is called the focal length of the mirror. Understood? And this is always defined by f, and its SI unit is meter, because it's a kind of distance. Next we talk about a radius of curvature, which is denoted by capital R. So what is radius of curvature? So this is the distance in between the center of curvature and the pole. Means the distance between center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. From pole to center of curvature, this distance is known as the radius of curvature. Okay, it is symbolized as capital R. And what is the focal length? It is the distance between the focus and the pole of the mirror, which is denoted by small f. And one relation between the radius of curvature and the focal length is that radius of curvature is always twice of the focal length. Radius of curvature is always twice of the focal length. Means if focal length is 10 centimeter, then the radius of curvature is the 20 centimeter. So these all are about the spherical mirror and its term. Just keep in the mind and also note down in your fair copy. Tomorrow we will just meet with the next topic. Thank you.